back in the closet. I appreciate you guys so much tuning in, coming on here, listening to my spiels every week. I just cannot thank you enough for spending the time. I know time is so precious and so valuable, and there's not enough of it sometimes. So just jumping on means the world to me. And I just hope you feel refreshed or rejuvenated by a word or previous words that I've spoken. And I just continue to encourage you to go out there and try to build the kingdom as big as we can, because this world really needs to be set free in the real, true freedom of Jesus. So if you could give me just a second, we're going to take a prayer. Take time to say the Lord's Prayer, and then we'll get started. So bow your heads, please. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. So once again, thank you so much. I know it is a crazy life. It's all about hustle, bustle, and I just appreciate it again for just jumping on here and sharing some time. So I want to talk today about the transparency in the Christian walk. I think that most times Christians, we like to put on this mask and go to church in our Sunday bests. And we put on this facade where there are people that need to be set free, and we're living in this facade, and they're like, how the hell am I ever going to get to that place? Well, that person that put on their Sunday best this morning, hopefully they're humble enough to understand that life isn't always butterflies and rainbows. But for the majority of people, I just don't think it sells anymore. The 90s church, okay, we got together, we had some awesome praise and worship. There was, sharing, and maybe we knew someone that got off drugs, and thank the Lord, like all these things. But in reality, in today's world, the sugarcoating stuff needs to go. The transparency of how hard this life really is, it needs to be out there. So here I am. I'm going to put myself in the chopping block, and I'm going to tell you about my life living in transparency. So I've been a believer for a long time, probably since I was like 8. I rededicated my life in 2005, and I have been witnessing to this friend that has been my friend for 25 plus years. When I met the person, they were atheist, and then we kind of merged into agnostic, which I'll respect anybody's beliefs. I'll respect anybody's open communication, especially if they're being open and transparent and honest with me. But it's really hard to talk about Jesus to an atheist. I mean, they're just already so mad, in my experience. So anyway, when this person kind of merged into agnostic, it was easier. At the time, I didn't even know what this was because I really didn't have a lot of friends like that. But I respect that. I respect someone that says, well, I don't know, because none of us know, right? We know what the word says. We know what's spoken in our hearts. And for a believer, we know because like the Bible says, like they'll know me by my voice. So when someone says, well, you're talking to God, but does he talk back? Yeah, he talks back. If you silence yourself enough and surrender enough, you will get guidance step by step. So when I was talking to this friend a few months ago, this was after my separation, and I'm on this new spiritual awakened journey. And I thought I was awake before, and by God, I was not awake at all. So I'm like talking, and you know what? Like, I'm just being honest with this person because we've been friends for 25 plus years, like I said. And I was just like, gosh, I'm just so sick of doubting all the time. I'm so sick of having these thoughts that, God isn't really there. And I just don't even know what to do anymore because I'm like so broken and so alone and all this stuff. And it got silent. She said, what? Stacy, what? You have doubts about God? Oh my gosh. Talk about a dumbass moment. When you think that you've been open and honest and transparent and you're sharing and gonna be a witness, and your best friend doesn't even know you have doubts about God? Like, how ridiculous. That moment of me sharing the truth about how I felt opened her eyes. It was an awakening moment that it was a shattering experience of 25 years. For her to come up to me and was like, oh my gosh, Stacy, like, I had no idea that you had any doubts. I just thought you had this perfect walk with the Lord and that he guided you and comforted you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have been a terrible, terrible friend, not being honest with you. And I just encourage you, if you're a believer and you have a friend that's struggling, be honest. Be honest with how you feel. Be honest with the struggles that you faced. Be transparent and vulnerable so that person can really get a taste of what is going on. They get the same rain that we do. So for us to act like anything different is atrocious on an earthly level. But the reason we act different and the reason why we have guidance and all this stuff on top of the unbeliever is because we surrender. But we have got to be open and honest with that aspect of life. Those struggles, those strongholds, those addictions, those failures that we struggle with, those hardships, the heartache, all of those things. If we could start to communicate with our loved ones and confess and have open conversation back and forth, that is healing. To get around a table and eat a meal is something. But to get around a table and eat a meal with people that you can be open, honest, and transparent, it is life-changing. I have started these Sunday dinners, like these Sunday family meals, and the conversation is incredible. Some believe, some don't. Some are on the struggle, like, do I or don't I? We're all in the same. We're all the same people, and we're all supposed to be seeking the same thing. And for us as believers to not be honest with the people around us, we're just doing a disservice. You want that person to come to the Lord, you want that person to find freedom in Jesus, then be open and honest and transparent and tell them exactly what you're struggling through. Hey, I had this thought and I know that it's wrong, or I did this and I know that it's wrong. I don't know what to do, or maybe I just need to tell you about it because, like, that's not right for me. That's not my character that I walked out on. And those will heal you. Those times will heal you for sharing. God will bless you for it. And I can guarantee you that if you show those heartache and you show those times where you're just taking off your masks and being for real, those times are going to be transformative for your life. And it is going to shower blessings over you and over everybody around you. So I have a little reading. I didn't have anything for today as far as like online content or anything like that, like TikTok or whatever. But I turned to my daily devotion today and I was like, this is it. It definitely matches with what I have to say today. And that's just kind of how it works. So again, this is Reflections for Ragamuffins by Brennan Manning. It's just a daily devotional. And so I'm just going to read this real quick and then we'll get to rolling. So this is called Put the Mask Down. I believe Jesus calls all of us to let go of the desire to appear good, to give up the appearance of being good, so that we can listen to the word within us and move in the mystery of who we are. The preoccupation with projecting the perfect image of being a model Christian and edifying others with our virtues leads to self-consciousness, sticky pedestal behavior, and bondage to human respect. As my spiritual leader director Larry Hine said, give up trying to look like a saint. It'll be a lot better for everybody else. Your attitude should be the same as that of Jesus Christ, who, being in the very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but made himself nothing, taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness. Philippians 2, 5 through 7. That's really good. Like, put down your appearance, put down your mask, put down this facade that you are, you just walk with the Lord. And, well, if you just walk with the Lord, then nothing will ever happen. I have lived that with many people in my life, many people that I've came across. And it's very aggravating to me because I have a lot of believer friends, plus I have a lot of unbeliever friends. So for me to try to help these people and then to put on a mask like that, it's revolting. I'm over it. So quit acting, share your struggles with each other, share your life. Don't be fake. You shouldn't be fake anyway if you want to be an honest person. So really try to dig deep, especially with your close circle, and really pull off those masks. Ask for help. Share in people's struggles. Share your struggles. We go through these things in life that we, as believers, are freed from, and then we can help others. Don't act like you're holier than thou and you don't have anything to share, because you've been saved out of something. Grace has fallen on you somewhere. And I just encourage you today to just be open and honest about those things. I have been sweat, blood, tears, all of the things to try to help this one person believe in Jesus. And me being transparent and honest was the crucial breaking point. Just me saying, you know what, I'm sick of all of these doubts. Like, sometimes I don't even think God is there. Be open, be honest with people, and say what you feel. Like, say what you feel, even if you're wrong. Like, you can always apologize. Like, man, that was a bad feeling. That was wrong. I'm sorry. Like, sorry goes a long way. But I think in today's age, we just trash people too easily, or we're just so proudful, it's just a really, really sad land we live in. So I just encourage you to be open and transparent and really take off the masks as a Christian and really share of the struggles and the strongholds, the failures, the addictions, the hardships, the strongholds, all of those things, because I can guarantee you will be freed from them and you will help your loved ones free themselves. So it's just an incredible domino effect to see that happen. So a little ranting and raving. I have heard so much people talk about how they have church trauma and the things that have happened to them in the church. And it's really, really sad. I really do believe we have unbelievers on a massive scale. There is, difference in opinion, science, all these evolution versus creation, like all these scenarios, right? But at the end of the day, I think the majority of people that don't want to participate in Christianity is because someone in the church hurt them, or numerous people hurt them. We have got to drop it, guys. Like, if I only went to places where I was safe, it wouldn't be very many places. I'd probably just stay at home, but then I'd probably be unsafe with myself, so that doesn't work either. I have failed myself. I have failed the person that I am, the person that I want to be. I have failed at goals I've set. I have failed at strongholds that I have put down. I have failed so many times. I have failed with relationships. I have failed with, romantic relationships or not. I have failed with friendship relationships. I have lied to my parents. I have lied to my friends. I have done all of the things, okay? So at the end of the day, do not let someone or a group of people take you from being in a community. Any community is going to hurt you, whether it's religious or not. But the same people that make up the church make up the world. So please, if you are wanting a relationship with God and you're wanting a place where you can meet and have community, go, try it. Seek the Lord. Maybe fast and pray before you go to try a church. But I encourage you, get into that worship, get into that corporate zone where you can find community, where you can connect, and where you can really share the struggles of your life and strengthen yourself so you can help others. My opinion is the only way that this is all going to work is if we really get back to the basics on what our true intentions on earth are. And I really believe that we're created to worship the one and only God first and foremost. That's why we were created. So you can choose anything else that you want to worship, but that was why we were created. So you are going to worship something. So choose wisely. And get empowered by what Jesus is and who he is and what a God he is and how he came here as a man to show us the way, because that's going to change the world. That is going to set you free. That's going to set your family free. That's going to set your friends free. And I just encourage you today to get vulnerable, to get transparent and honest, to give grace to yourself and others while they're sharing in their pain or their suffering, and really, really encourage those people to grasp onto the one and only, and just live life appropriately and live life abundantly and find courage to just go be a light. Again, thank you guys so much for joining in. I will see you next time. Later.